So this problem is involving parametric equations. We want to graph these parametric equations after we have converted them into a rectangular form. So it will be easier to do that. Or you can actually graph this in parametric form by assigning values to theta and then solving for the values of x and y. Okay. So for instance, if theta is 0, well, x is 4 secant 0. Secant 0 is 1, so 1 times 4 is 4. Tangent 0 is 0, 0 times 3 is 0. So you're going to do that to be able to graph this directly in parametric form. What we will do instead is convert this into rectangular form and graph it from there. Now, this involves secant and tangent, and that means we will use a trigonometric identity that involves secant and tangent. You need to know sine squared plus cosine squared is equal to 1. From here, we can find the identity involving secant and tangent by dividing both sides by cosine. So that sine divided by cosine is tangent squared. Cosine divided by cosine is 1. And 1 over cosine is secant squared. There you go. So what we will do is rewrite this in terms of secant and tangent and then plug them in here. So looking at the x, it's going to be x over 4 is equal to secant theta, and y over 3 is equal to tangent theta. Plugging this now into tangent, secant, and this one to tangent, our equation becomes y over 3 squared plus 1 is equal to x over 4 squared. Rewriting this in standard form, we get x over 4 squared minus y over 3 squared is equal to 1. Or better yet, we say y is equal to x squared over 16 minus y squared over 9. We know that this is a hyperbola. Okay, let's graph it now. So this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. The center of the hyperbola is at the origin. The x-intercepts are 4 and negative 4. There are no y-intercepts. So, but we know that the value of the minor axis is 3. And so this is our rectangle that will help us graph this hyperbola. These are your asymptotes. And so the hyperbola is given by this graph. Now we can verify the point that we found here. If x is 4, y is 0, there you go. If x is 4, y is 0.